Hey, I'm Caleb Grove, and in this Backdraft screencast, we are going to be looking at how you would create a full width element in Backdraft. A full width element is like those things that you see all over the web where the header or the footer has this background that stretches the entire width of your browser window. In Backdraft, it's a little bit different than you would normally do it inline layout in Freeway, so today I'm going to walk you through just how you do that. So without further ado, let's get started by going to the page that we're going to be working with. Now this can be a child page like it is right now, or it could be a master page. It's up to you, your workflow, how you do things yourself. So in the page, we want to go to the inspector, and down in dimensions, we want to deselect the max width. So that's this right here. So go ahead and click on this icon, and that will deselect the max width. And now we are going to set the page width itself, and we're going to change that from 90% to 100%. So now we have the page set up, but we need to put the full width element in here, the HTML item that will stretch the entire width of the browser. So go ahead and double click inside the page so that it turns white and we get this blinking text cursor, and go to Insert HTML Item. Now this HTML item, we are going to open the inspector palette for it, and let's just name it full width. And then we are going to set the width. We're going to change it from 100 pixels to 100%. Press enter. And then we are going to set it to float left. So once again, 100% width, float left. Let's go ahead and just change its appearance a little bit. Let's make it white, and we will give it a little bit of a shadow just to add some depth there. So once you have that done, we will just stretch it out to make it nice and tall to fit our modules in. Now in a little bit, we'll deselect the height so that it shrinks down, but for now, just make it nice and tall. And we will begin to add our modules into that element. So go to your framework modules page or whatever, and then go and copy one of the modules. We'll just be working with the to wrapper alt. Copy it to your clipboard, go back to the page with the full width item, and now we are going to double click inside this full width element because we want this module inside of it. So double click in there and paste that module. And it doesn't have to be the 2-column module, any module. This is what you're going to do if you're putting it inside a 100% width item. And then we are going to just take the shadow off of this to start with. Make it look a little better. Take the shadow and the background color. But now we get down to the settings. For the module, what are the settings that we want to have set? First, we want to give it a maximum width of 1,200 pixels. So go ahead and click on this maximum width icon and change that from 100% to 1,200 pixels. Now we also want to give it a margin auto, and then finally float none. So once again, for any module that you put in something that's 100% width, set it to 100%, maximum width 1,200%, or 1,200 pixels, excuse me. 1,200 pixels, float none, margin auto. So now if we open this up in our preview, we see, okay, it doesn't look that bad, but we forgot to deselect the height for the full width element. So let's go ahead and do that so that it shrinks up and fits. And now we'll open this in our preview. Hey, that looks pretty good. We have a box that stretches 100% width of the page, and the module stays centered and resizes. And okay, we're happy with that. But what if we want to add some more? Well, that's easy. We'll just go in here and we will select the full width element and duplicate it. The easiest way to duplicate is just to hit Command D. So let's go ahead and create 3 of them. So now we have 3. We have our header here, our body content, and our footer. But we want our body content to not be, we don't want the background to be white. So we'll just select the full width one, so that's the one that has a body content in it, and we'll change the color to none. So now the background color will show through. And if we open this in our preview now, you'll see we have our header up here, our content area down here, and last but not least, our footer. And once again, these are all 100% width, so they will they will stretch out. The full width backgrounds will stretch out to fit the page, while the modules don't go crazy and they stay within their constrained area. And we have a great full width layout. However, we're not quite done, because if you go into the preview and you shrink it down enough, you'll notice that suddenly these things that are 100% aren't 100% anymore. What's going on here? Well, what's the problem is some of our responsive CSS. So we're just going to go into page and then HTML markup for this page that has the full width items. And we're going to look for 3 instances of #page div. So there's going to be one in the 928 pixel breakpoint right here. And here we see it. Making the page wider, page div with 93%. Go ahead and delete that whole little block. And then go down to 700 pixel breakpoint. Once again, here it is. Page div, get rid of that. And last but not least, in the 480 pixel breakpoint, here it is again. Go ahead and get rid of that. Press OK. And now if you preview and you shrink it down small, you shouldn't see that issue anymore. The white sections will continue to stretch the entire width of the page. And if you shrink it out, these 100% width items will be 100%. So that is how you create 100% width elements in Backdraft.